This desire to leave the center behind and to move to the edge of the city is shared by many of Lim's fellow Los Angelinos. Companies are moving their offices close to where their employees live. The result is one of the latest features on the LA skyline, Edge Cities. Edge cities have taken care of two important developments. First, the need for more and more offices. Second, advances in computers and communications mean that offices no longer need to be in the city centre. They can be built anywhere, and that includes the city's edge. Where the suburbs had good road access, shopping malls have sprung up. Then large car parks and offices were built. More and more businesses were attracted, and the edge cities were born. These new developments now surround Los Angeles. The Warner Center, Woodland Hills complex, 50 kilometers from the middle of LA, is a classic example of an edge city. The Draper family moved to this area 8 years ago. Doug, a lawyer, works in the Warner Center.
Were to be met by performance of the stipulation.
They live nearby in Woodland Hills. The cheaper property prices here allowed them to buy a much larger house than they could have afforded near the city centre or above the beaches of Malibu. Shortly after they moved, Doug moved his office from downtown LA to the Warner Center. His drive to work is now just 5 minutes, the way LA used to be.
I've had an hour and a half a day added to my life by having a 5-minute commute instead of a 45-minute to an hour commute each way.
One more time, let's go. Let's see.
When Corrine tested for her yellow belt in karate, I was able to go on my lunch hour and go watch her take that test.
The family's definitely benefited having Dad around more, and he seems to be more involved in our lives.
How did you do with your table? Terry and Daniel Freecon moved from Los Angeles after the riots in 1992 and the earthquake in 1994. They also wanted to get away from the air pollution and high levels of crime in Los Angeles. They moved to Nashville, where there was less crime and where they could buy a bigger house. Terry worked in the music business, so she was able to get a new job in Nashville, the center of country music in the USA.
Ung Jae Lim and his family moved to the USA from Korea. They were hoping for a wealthier lifestyle and a better quality of life.
After settling in Los Angeles, Ung obtained a bank loan to start up a new restaurant in Orange County. Finally, what about the Draper family? The Draper family moved because the law firm that Doug works for moved to the Warner Center, which is an edge city outside of Los Angeles. They were able to buy a larger house in nearby Woodland Hills, which they felt to be a better place for their children to grow up. What factors attract people to Los Angeles? Well, there's a good climate. Los Angeles is seen as the entertainment center of the USA. And there's a prospect of a good quality of life, which has attracted people from other parts of the USA, as well as immigrants from other countries. However, in recent times, large numbers of people have also been leaving large cities like Los Angeles as a result of the changes in the quality of life there. It's a process called counter-urbanization. The process of counter-urbanization has resulted in the growth of edge cities, near to intersections on the freeway system around several of the largest cities in the USA. Okay, time for some questions. What does the term counter-urbanization mean? Name one city in a more economically developed country that you have studied that has experienced counter-urbanization. Suggest 3 reasons why many cities in MEDCs have experienced counter-urbanization. What does the term counter-urbanization mean?
Counter-urbanization is the movement of people out of urban areas to live in rural areas.
The next question asked you to name one city in a more economically developed country that you have studied that has experienced counter-urbanization.
The city of Los Angeles has experienced counter-urbanization, with people leaving the city in search of a better quality of life. Inner city areas of Los Angeles suffered from crime, congestion and pollution.
Next, suggest 3 reasons why many cities in MEDCs have experienced counter-urbanization. The attractions of living in the countryside include a better quality of life, being able to buy bigger and often cheaper houses with bigger gardens or more land. The reasons for leaving the city include the poorer quality of life, congestion and an increase in crime. Improvements in transport make it possible for people to live in rural areas and still commute to work in the cities. Improvements in telecommunications, such as the internet and email, make it possible for more people to spend time working from home. That completes the case study on Los Angeles and this section on the growth of cities.